Hello there, my name is Macsen Edris. Those closest to me call me Mac, though my sweet mother did insist on calling me Mackie. Thankfully that didn't stick. I would consider myself a fairly plain man. I quite enjoy fishing, gardening, anything to help keep my hands occupied really. At one point I did consider becoming a veterinarian because I have a passion for caring for animals. Well, I may not have taken that route, but I am very content in my monotonous life in the village. Henford-on-Bagley is the only home I've ever known. My parents, Arthur and Lynette, inherited our cottage and farmlands from my father's parents. In fact, it's been in the Idris family for 6 generations. Historically, we were quite self-sufficient, growing our own food and raising animals. As our village evolved, so did we, finding new ways to keep the farm going whilst providing for our community. When my mother passed away a few years ago, I took up some additional responsibilities caring for our family's livelihood. She'd been in a decline for a while, and though it was not unexpected, it was a difficult time for the lot of us, and with Dad refusing his impending retirement, well, I felt that I owed it to him to help as much as I could. I knew he may be lonely out in the country on his own, so Winnie and I... Oh, yes, Winifred is my faithful companion, an Australian cattle dog whom we found as a pup. She and I moved back home to help Dad. However, it was not long after I returned that my dad fell ill. My attention turned to him, keeping him comfortable and as healthy as possible as his condition worsened. Eventually, he too passed. With no siblings or extended family willing to take on the farm, Winnie and I took up the torch. Admittedly, I'm a bit befuddled amidst the loss of my parents. I did not have the heart to tell the old man, but my presence was meant to be temporary. I never imagined myself taking on the family business. Being in my childhood home without Mum and Dad has felt intrusive yet comforting. Well, I suppose I have a decision to make. I'm just not sure what to do.
Hello everybody, I hope you loved that intro. It was so much fun to make. And I hope it gave you the background that you needed on our main character here, Maxon. I absolutely adore him so much. I was actually playing a little bit with him prior to really starting to film the Let's Play. Look at our cow. Oh, she's so excited. Anyway, so now that you've been introduced to Maxon, let's actually pause. Look here at the Macsen family farm, the Idris family farm. His first name is Maxon. Let's just get that straight. The Idris family farm, which has been in the family for generations. And unfortunately, the passing of Maxon's parents has left him with trying to make the decision as to whether or not he is actually going to keep the family farm going. He came here originally to just help out his dad once his mother passed. And as you saw in the introduction, his father then passed shortly after. So he is a little bit conflicted at the moment. And he really has kind of cut down on what there is to do on this farm. So all of these sheds used to be filled with animals. He had to sell off a lot of the aspects of the farm to kind of like care for his parents, cover the medical bills, but they did keep old faithful Gertie here, the one and only cow that we absolutely love very, very much. There's also an entire orchard that is still in bloom. It's at least easy for Maxon to maintain, and he does continue to, well, not take the best care, but he's trying to take care of the huge garden patch here as well. He is basically planting all eggplants right now, which it just makes me laugh because, I don't know, I just think it's funny. They're a funny looking vegetable. Let's just put that out there. So he's really trying to keep up with all of this. He also has a small chicken coop over here. He's got 4 chickens at the moment, or 2 chickens and 2 roosters even, but the other chicken coop is pretty much abandoned. There isn't really much going on there, and he's really just trying to make it all work. He doesn't know if he's going to keep it permanently. This is not how he really envisioned his life going. He has always lived in Henford-on-Bagley, so basically once he finished college, he did come back home and he had his own little place, but he was kind of considering leaving the village in the first place. I don't know. He's very conflicted, okay? He's just very conflicted. He's not really sure what he's going to do. So for now, he's just trying to maintain as much as he can, and he's trying to explore his options. He's not sure if he's going to sell it. He's not sure if he's going to just hire help so he can keep it running. He really has to kind of figure out who he is and what he wants in life because he didn't envision himself being a farmer. But he is going to wrap up taking care of these plants here, and then we're actually going to hop into Create a Sim so you guys can see some of his outfits and get a closer look at who he is. We'll also explore his personality a little bit more. We are in Create a Sim and we're going to take a look at Maxon, our lovely little ginger baby. I just adore him so much. All right, so we are going to be taking a look at his aspirations, his likes and dislikes, and also his outfits. So there is an aspiration that comes with the new Cottage Living expansion pack, and I believe it is actually under the nature category, so it's the country caretaker. Country caretakers want to tend the countryside and befriend all animals and critters. I did not give him that aspiration because he has not yet decided what he wants out of life, but he does very much enjoy the outdoors, anything, like the intro said, that keeps his hands busy. So I give him the angling ace aspiration. He wants to know everything about fishing. He does have a duck pond that is fully stocked with fish on the property. So he does fish like in the evenings or early in the mornings before he starts tending to everything he has to tend to. But Maxon is also a loner. So these Sims become happy when alone and do not receive negative moodlets when their social need is low. They also become tense around strangers and become embarrassed more often by social rejection. Maxon is a sweet little bean, but I do think he is a little bit of a loner. I think he's actually kind of shy. That's what I was thinking in choosing the loner trait, is just that he's a little bit more shy. He's not exceptionally social, but when you do kind of get under that layer, when you kind of get to know Maxon a little bit more, he does open up quite a lot. And as I mentioned, he also really loves the outdoors, and I gave him the maker trait too, just because he is really into handiness. Maybe he will do some juice fizzing since that's an option on the lot. Maybe he'll do some other things. I don't really know yet, but I didn't give him the fabrication machine or anything. The fabricator, I think it's called. That was a little bit too much, but maybe he could make candles and stuff like that. And now for his likes and dislikes. So he very much enjoys the color black. He does not like the colors red and purple. Don't know why I chose those. Honestly, I was just trying to randomize it a little bit. Oh, I don't have to click in here. Here we go. His favorite music genres are jazz, blues, and singer-songwriter music, but he really dislikes electronica and focus music. He greatly enjoys cooking, guitar, fishing, gardening, and handiness, and he despises the pipe organ. Honestly, I think all of my Sims despise the pipe organ, except for any vampires that I make, which isn't very often. And he has no decor preference, because what I have realized with that preference system, at least for decor, it really does impact your Sim's mood if they dislike their surroundings or if they do like them. It just gets a little bit tedious, so I decided not to even give him a decor preference just in case. That way I had flexibility. But let's take a look at his outfits as well. So he does have a couple of everyday outfits. This one I believe is from Eco Lifestyle. I thought it actually worked perfectly, and I paired it with these base game boots because, you know, when you're in the mud gardening, taking care of animals on a farm, you're not going to be wearing just regular old sneakers. You probably want work boots of some kind. But this actually isn't his primary outfit. This is his primary outfit. So these are all assets aside from the shoes and the watch, as well as his hair. His hair is actually, what pack is his hair from? His hair is from Cats and Dogs, so that's kind of fun. But he's actually wearing clothes that all come with Cottage Living, which I really liked. I wanted him to look a little bit more rugged compared to, I don't know, formal and put together. I mean, he works on a farm, so he's not going to look spectacular all the time, but he also has a third everyday outfit that does make him look a little bit more dressed up, though he's wearing the same jeans and his work boots. But this is also from Cottage Living, the little vest over the plaid shirt, which I love. I think the green really complements his red hair as well. Then we also have his formal, where he does dress up just a little bit. He's got this nice collared shirt and a tie, but then he also has this second option, which is just very much more cottagecore and also came with Cottage Living. His workout attire, well, since he's out in the country and there aren't many people around, he just goes shirtless, which there's no problem with at all. Here is his sleepwear, where he starts to look a little bit older, just because I picture like grandparents and elders and things in robes like this, but I think he likes getting very cozy. Also came with Cottage Living. His party outfit is a little bit different, still a little bit rugged, but he has this darker green and black plaid shirt, as well as some torn jeans that I believe came with laundry day. nailed it, laundry day. And he has some nicer work boots to actually play around with, but he has a secondary party outfit too, where he has this kind of like open collared shirt, which came with a laundry day as well. So he's a little bit less put together, but he's not wearing his like work clothes. That's what I was thinking. For his swimmer, he does just have a very simple bathing suit, and then for his warm weather, he is just wearing cargo pants and a t-shirt as well as some sneakers. And for his cold weather, I decided to put him in this nice little collared shirt that kind of has some leaves on it. It looks more like it would be fitting for fall, but it has this really cozy and bulky looking sweater. So he gets very, very comfortable in the winter. I also gave him gloves, and he was wearing the same work boots for almost every single outfit. I try to keep consistency when I'm creating Sims, at least in their shoes or things like that. I don't want them to look vastly different in every single outfit. So that is what Maxon looks like. Those are all of his outfits. So let's go ahead and jump back into his daily routine. I kind of forgot that we actually caught Maxon at the end of the day because it is almost 7:30 in the evening. So I decided to just send him on a walk with Winnie so they could get some fresh air, get away from the farm and all the other animals. And this really gives us a nice view of where they're situated. So let's actually back up here just a little bit, because this is where the family farm is. It is up here on this huge 64 by 64 lot. I think it's Old Mill Lane is what it's called. And all around here, there's like a little, there's a little garden area. It's like a little community garden. How cute. There's also a public bathroom, which is nice when you're far from home. There's a little monkey bar set so kids can play, and he's right here by the river. There's also a little cottage over there. That is actually a cottage that I built, and that is someone who we're probably going to meet very, very soon. Maxon has a friend that lives over there. We're just going to pan out over here too and just look at the countryside. We're going to ignore the fact that there's an unfinished build over there as well. Please just let's disregard. But it's really pretty out here, and he really is isolated. I mean, that's a decent walk to actually get over the bridge to see his neighbor. But I really like that isolation. I love this countryside so much, and it is so pretty in fall. If you haven't noticed, we're actually in fall. I usually start Let's Plays in the summer. But Maxon and Winnie are just going to enjoy that beautiful cotton candy sky sunset and go on a little walk before he turns in for the evening. I swear, if this is how this Let's Play is going to go, I'm probably going to lose my mind, because Winnie decided to go out on the front stoop to go to the bathroom. However, it seems as though it either glitched or just like it didn't work out, because she took a nice steaming dump right in front of the front door. I'm going to lose my mind. It is the next morning, a little bit late for Maxon. He got up at around 8:30. Also, this is his like teen college age bedroom, so let's just take note of that. He's sleeping in a single bed right now in his old childhood room, and he's kind of wondering if he should make a change because the single bed's not really working for him. But he's also a little hesitant because the bigger room was his parents' room, and aside from cleaning out some of their belongings, he hasn't touched the room, and he is really kind of scared to get rid of everything that was theirs. He wants to make this home more comfortable for himself because he does feel like it's a little intrusive kind of being in his childhood home without his parents, but he doesn't really have the heart to like get rid of their bedroom setup or anything like that, so he's just keeping it as is. That single bed, though, it really might impact his decision to make changes in the future. But he is actually just getting ready for the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop downstairs, and we are going to get rid of this dish from last night. But we're going to go ahead and refill Winnie's food bowl here just to make sure that she has what she needs. Looks like our gardener is here, so that's good. I should mention that Maxon did actually hire a professional gardener to help him out because, okay, like real talk, as he refills this bowl and gets his breakfast, when I was actually testing everything out with the garden and taking care of the animals, it was so much. Maxon was spending 14 to 18 hours a day just tending to the garden and just taking care of the animals to the point that his needs were so low and he had no opportunity. Oh, Winnie. Oh, Winnie was asleep on the couch. Anyway, he had no opportunity to do anything else but take care of the farm itself. So I had to get a professional gardener. I know I could also get him into like the gardening club and I could do a gathering and they could just like garden for me. It would be free. However, I don't want to have to do that every single day when we're growing crops. So he went ahead and finished his breakfast. He's gonna put it on the little side table. Of course he is. And then we're going to go check everything. So it looks like the chickens are out. Oh, the coop is gross. Let's go ahead and clean the coop. It looks like Winnie's actually barking at the chickens to come out of the coop. I don't know. We're also going to collect some eggs. So it looks like we have some eggs already, which makes me very, very happy. We'll go ahead and scatter some feed nearby as well. You can individually feed the chickens and the roosters, but scattering feed nearby actually just feeds all of them. So it's not a big deal. And then we have to go check on Gertie as well, make sure that she's clean and that she's fed. I noticed that with the cleaning out of the sheds, they do produce garbage. So putting a garbage can near all of these items was super helpful for me because Maxon was literally just going, oh my gosh, what is he doing? Is he taking out the trash? He's taking out the trash right now. He was going in and out of the house and running across this huge 64 by 64 lot just to take care of the garbage was kind of a pain. So we decided to put trash cans near all of the things that we need. But it looks like he just collected some eggs, which is really exciting. Maxon collected 8 eggs from Mother Cluckers. Yes, that is what I named the chicken coop. Please ignore me. But he got special eggs, he got none, and he got 2 hatchable eggs. Now, I don't really know what that means. Let's take a look at our notebook. So hatchable eggs. Can't wait to see what this little egg grows up to be. Make by assigning a rooster and hen to the same chicken coop, and it'll give hens a chance to lay hatchable eggs. Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking. That's how we got them. Used for, these eggs can be incubated in a coop to hatch a chick. Nesting hens will decrease the amount of time it takes to hatch, as well as increase the quality of the egg, and this will make the chick happier when they hatch. Hatchable eggs cannot be used in recipes. So what do we have to do? Let's go ahead and check our inventory. Oh, good. We have a dog poop in there. That's fantastic. We're going to send that chicken to the coop because we're going to see if she will go ahead and actually just incubate and lay on that egg. We'll scatter some more feed because they seem to be really, really hungry this morning. And he calls them over. Okay, and now let's go take care of Gertie. Make sure that she's good to go. And then Maxon. Oh, Gertie's still sleeping. But then Maxon's actually going to go into town because he has some things here. He's got some milk from Milk and Gertie the other day. He's got a pie. I don't know if we can sell that. He also has some fertilizer. I had him buy flour and treats and sugar and things like that so he could maybe make a few more recipes, but it's not necessary. I just wanted to do it. And then he also has some eggs. So I want to see if we can sell those things. I think we can. Oh no, and Gertie's unhappy. She's so dirty. Oh, it's okay, Gertie. We'll actually have to refill her feed too. Oh, there you go, Gertie. I know. You were filthy, you poor thing. It looks like Winnie actually wanted some attention. Poor Winnie. She gets pretty neglected sometimes with Maxon just running around the farm trying to take care of everything. But Winnie is really his best friend. She's been with him for years now. And pause that thought. Anwyn Blaney would like to come over and hang out. Is that okay? I'm going to reject that for now because we will actually be meeting up with Anwyn a little bit later. Oh gosh, Maxon was glitching into Gertie. And Gertie's actually doing pretty well now. She's content with attention. She's full, clean, and happy. That makes me very, very happy. Okay, let's actually give her a healthy treat as well because this increases the animal lifespan. Once he's finished brushing Winifred here, who Winnie needs a bath almost every day because she rolls around in puddles and she eats garbage, i.e. the chicken feed and everything. It drives me nuts. This dog is on my last nerve already, but I love her. And here's your healthy treat. Gertie is now under the effects of a healthy treat. This increases the animal's lifespan. More time for pets and hugs. Okay, so we are actually going to go ahead and go into town. We're going to see if we can sell some of the harvestables that we've gotten from not only our animals, but also our garden. We are here in the little village square, and I see her. She's here. Look at it's Agnes Crumplebottom, the infamous Agnes. I really want her to smack Maxon over the head with her purse, but I don't think we can do it when she's actually tending the gardens, the garden shop. Look at her. We already have a bad relationship with her. That's just fantastic. But I haven't really explored the village here too much. I do know here that we can sell some items. So we're going to have Maxon sell some of our harvestables because this is pretty much how we're going to make our living. Maxon's not going to have a formal job during this time. So let's go ahead and sell all of our milk. We're going to sell our eggs. Don't mind all of my clicking. We'll keep our healthy treats. Those are really important. I don't really care too much about fertilizer right now, but I think We can get rid of this wrapped red meat. I don't even know where that came from, but we just made $362 off of that, so it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. We appreciate your business. Here are your simoleons. Have a nice day. Simoleons have been deposited to your Sims household funds. Yay! Oh, and it looks like our village mayor is here. Let's actually go ahead and introduce ourselves. Looks like we already know her, but let's maybe get to know her a little bit more because there could be some things that we could do. Offer help with errands. Oh, let's do that. Why not? We're just going to dive right into all the gameplay. Let's go ahead and help out with some errands. We'll get in nice with the mayor. That way, if we ever need anything, you know, we could just call up our good friend Lavina here. Just be like, hey, what's going on? Remember that time we did you a favor? Oh, okay. So select errands to help with. Select up to 3 errands from the various locals of Henford-on-Bagley to help with and become a trusted member of the community. Interesting. So we have 2 options. We have Welcome to Henford-on-Bagley and a friendly visit. We'll read Welcome to Henford-on-Bagley first. I already know you'll love it here, but in case you need any convincing, I've arranged a little self-guided local tour. Okay, Maxon's lived here his whole life. We're going to have to remember that. That's the premise here. He's lived here his whole life, so I don't really think he needs this one, but we'll continue. Take up these few and fun, if I say so, errands, and I'll make sure you get a small bundle of rewards at the end. Rewards is an assortment of berries, llama wool, and animal treats. And now for a friendly visit. I've been meaning to pay a visit to some of my friends around the village, but I'm awfully busy. Would you mind taking a stroll and seeing how everyone's doing? Rewards a local meal. Okay, some berries, an upgrade part, and a chance of receiving a cross-stitch pattern. That's kind of fun. I don't know what we need more. I mean, they both seem really valuable. Let's go ahead and do 90. It's cheaper. We'll do the 90 simoleon one. So I was putting together some things to send out, and I must have gotten a bit flustered because I managed to seal up this package and Plum forgot who it's supposed to go to. Would you mind looking it around for a bit and see if you can get it to the sim that's waiting on it? Yay! It looks like it actually was supposed to go to Rahul. Maxon has just unlocked the Yorkshire pudding cross-stitch pattern. How cute! One of the best things about living in Henford-on-Bagley is the sense of community everyone here helps foster. Thanks for checking in with a few of the locals and don't be a stranger. Oh, that's cute. So we got to meet some people around the actual village and we learned a cross-stitch pattern, which I don't think Maxon's ever cross-stitched in his entire life. But I think that's really sweet. Well, since we've sold everything that we needed to sell and we've actually met a few locals as well as non-locals, looking at you, Malcolm and Jeffrey, you freaking immersion breakers you. We'll go ahead and head back home, make sure Winnie's taken care of, and close up the coop. We have actually just arrived back home, and there's a fox. There's a wild fox in our front yard. And oh my gosh, let me get out of this camera. Hello, wild fox named Chili Haddock. Stop. Maxon hasn't built a good enough relationship with Chili to ask this. Can we talk to Chili? Oh, let's give Chili some milk. I don't know if this is going to do anything for us. It could be bad, but I want to try to befriend some of these foxes and like the rabbits and stuff. Would you like some milk, Chili? Maxon just became acquaintances with Chili. Yay! Oh! Bye! Literally just took his gift and ran. Looks like her food bowl is good. Our gardener just wrapped up. Oh my gosh, that's so scary. But let's go ahead and check on our little chickens here. We do have the 2 eggs still, but no one has sat to incubate them. Curious. Well, let's try to socialize with our chickens a little bit before we close up for the day, because it is getting a little bit late. But we'll spray the bugs because there's at least 3 or 4 here that look like they're kind of infested, maybe 5. Blech. It looks like Anwyn is actually inviting us over to hang out at her little cottage for the evening. Maybe not for the evening, let me rephrase. So Anwyn and Maxon actually have a little bit of history. They still have a bit of a blossoming romance. We aren't really sure where that's going to go yet, especially because Maxon is not sure if he's going to be staying here. However, they did date briefly in high school, and when he went off to college in Brightchester, they went their separate ways because she stayed behind. She's actually a writer. She works from home in her cute little cottage. She's basically just everything that I would want it to be. I freaking love her very much. Anyway, they have reconnected since Maxon has been back. Nothing too crazy has happened yet, but I think we're going to go over and say hi to Anwyn and spend a little bit of time with her so you guys can get to know her as well. Here we are in Anwyn's little cottage. This is actually another build that I did, and I just thought it would be perfect for her. But these two are actually just catching up because she is very curious about how Maxon is. Oh, Sentiment Gained, you make my day so much better. Thanks for making me smile. Anyway, they are just kind of catching up because Anwyn has been a little bit more standoffish only because she knows that Maxon is really kind of going through a lot of different emotions with what he's been experiencing in the past couple of years with his parents passing and then trying to take on the farm. But since they are in a better place, i.e. Maxon is in a much better place at this point, he's starting to kind of reconnect with old friends. He's actually going to be meeting up with another friend maybe a little bit later this week, one of his best friends from high school. But they are just kind of catching up, and Anwyn was actually telling him that she has recently gone through a divorce that was really, really difficult for her. She really wanted to have children, and then her husband completely changed his mind and didn't want to go ahead and embark on that adventure. So Maxon is trying to offer some words of advice and just kind of console her because it was a really difficult time. I mean, this is how she ended up in this little tiny one-bedroom cottage to begin with. Oh, that looks funny. This is how she ended up here to begin with. This was not like a childhood home for her. This is not where she exactly wanted to be. She wanted to have a family and have like this big farm, and she's had to really settle for this little tiny cottage and a little teeny weeny farm. But it looks like she's going outside maybe to tend to the chickens. So what I'm going to have Maxon do is I'm going to have him... Oh wait, maybe he can call her in. Oh, maybe they can cook together. I haven't tried that yet. So we're actually going to cook with Anwyn. I think that would be really cute. I don't know how this is going to go. So what should we actually make? Oh, let's have them make some beef Wellington. I know we don't have the raw ingredients on hand right now, but I'm not doing the lot challenge or anything like that on the lots I'm playing on yet. However, we're going to go ahead and start some beef Wellington and see if Anwyn will join us, because I think that would be really sweet. And it's a little bit more intimate, I think, for them. They haven't really been this close or spent this much time together in years. So I'm wondering if it's going to be a little bit awkward for them, yet also oddly familiar. Do you know what I mean? You know when you reconnect with someone that you haven't seen in years and you just, everything just falls into place and you start doing things that you used to do together? I've experienced this before. It's a beautiful, beautiful, weird thing. And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen with them. Look at her in her cold weather outfit. She's so cute. It's physically hurting me how cute she is. And it looks like she actually has 2 countertops available. Oh, this is inappropriate. Please stop. Oh, wait a minute. We're just going to ignore that. They're going to continue cooking. Maybe she's not very happy that he's kind of making himself at home. Maybe she's not quite at the same point yet, and she's not as comfortable with it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yes. Hi. Hello. We're actually back home because the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Maxon was getting a lot... Oh, geez. Are you all right, sir? He was getting a lot more comfortable with Anwyn than she was with him, and she actually asked him to leave. So that's fun. He's struggling a little bit to reconnect with some of his old flames and his old friends because he was gone for a while, and I don't know. That was really embarrassing for me just playing. It was like super embarrassing. But yeah, he definitely got kicked out. She asked him to leave. She wasn't like super angry, but she was just like, this is a little bit too familiar. I think this is going a little bit too quickly. We can't just fall back into what we were. It's not possible. We don't know each other anymore that well. We're not the same people, and I think we need to just take some time to kind of reacquaint a little bit. So he agreed, and he was like, that is totally fine, whatever you're comfortable with, and he headed home, and he's just having himself a garden salad for dinner at just a little breakfast table. And I honestly think eating in this kitchen, I mean, being in the house is odd enough for him, but like eating in this kitchen at the breakfast table is really awkward for Maxon, because this is where him and his parents would have breakfast every morning, and they would just connect before their crazy days started, either taking care of the farm or, you know, before he would go to school and all that fun stuff. So it's a little bit difficult for him to be here, but he's trying to make some new memories. Let's actually go ahead and check on Winnie as well. Give her a little bit of a hug because we haven't seen her now since like early afternoon, and it's 1:41 in the morning. Oh my gosh, hug the dog and go to bed, please, you crazy, crazy sim. In the midst of Maxon's chores, it looks like Anwyn actually decided to stop by. I wonder what it is she needs at 11 in the morning. I was thinking it was a lot earlier, so kind of ignore that. But I'm kind of wondering what she's up to. She might feel bad about kicking Maxon out last night. Also, there's a gnome here. Please just ignore that. It was Harvest Fest, and I got rid of Harvest Fest because it's not time for that yet. I should have looked at the calendar before I did this. But Maxon is inviting her in, and maybe they can actually just chat outside on the back porch. It looks like Winnie is actually napping. So let's go ahead and sit here in the rocking chairs. I wonder if we can call over Anwyn so they can actually enjoy talking to each other out here. All right, well, Maxon and Anwyn are actually getting along just fine. She actually did apologize for kicking him out. She was like, look, it was just a little bit odd. She was basically just having deja vu having him there, and since she just got out of that relationship, she is just not at all ready to entertain that level of relationship, that kind of relationship. So these two are just gonna kind of catch up and treat each other as really good friends for a while. Ignore this. We'll get there eventually, maybe. I don't know. But this is pretty much where we're going to wrap things up. Maxon has finally decided to enjoy just a nice calm moment. He's tried to reconnect with Anwyn, and we got a glimpse into what his day-to-day is like now that he is solely responsible for this farm. But I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode. I know it wasn't exceptionally exciting, but I am greatly looking forward to getting to know what Maxon's story is going to be, learning a little bit more about what the future holds for him, and to see what he's going to do with the old family farm. So thank you guys so much for checking this out, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!